right, well, that was exhausting. Round 1 is over. I just had I always throw a big party for the draft, and that's why I usually don't stream night 1. I'll be streaming night 2 and night 3, but I'm just going to give my gut reaction grades to each of these picks. The mood of tonight, to sum up, was just anger. Whether it was picks I thought were not the best, and also just teams I don't like getting picks I wish we got. But anyway, so here we go. Let's go through and grade each of these draft picks off of gut reaction an hour after they're done. So, alright. Trayvon Walken, number 1 of the Jags. Super athletic, but Thibodeau was there. He's super athletic, who was a better one-on-one pass rusher. I'm known to not think Trayvon Walker was worthy of a first overall pick. Don't hate the guy. I hope he does really well. I just think the Jags are not a team to develop him. They're an impact edge rusher in day 1. They'll go across from Josh Allen. I think there were better players that could have been picked here. So I'm going to go, just because he has such great athletic upside, I'm going to give this a D. Let's see how I stacked up. A 7%. Okay. I can see why. I was debating C, but, you know, I like D just because of his athletic upside, but it's not the pick I would have made. Not in the slightest. All right. Aidan Hutchinson at 2. I think that, you know, stays in the area, is a guy who can come in and be immediate impact, even if he doesn't have the highest ceiling. That's what Detroit needs, is a good player. So I'm going to give this one an A, just because it was the perfect fit for team, player, and just overall needs, where everything was met perfectly with this. It's the reason why they ran it up to the podium. Derek Stingley, number 3 to the Texans. He was my best player available. I think it was a good. I think it was best available at a position of need. I think they just need to bank on him returning back to 2019 for him. But I think they got a good piece to go back there with Justin Reed. So, Justin Reed's gone. Whoever the safety is now. Yeah, I like that. I like that pick for those Texans. Derek Stingley, just go best player available, especially with a team like the Texans. Yeah, this ad needs to get out of here. All right, Sauce at 4. They wanted Sauce. He wasn't my best corner, but I think that. I like Sauce, and I knew the Jets really wanted them. I'm surprised because most people were saying they weren't going to take a corner in the first round. So I'll say, I liked McDuffie, but I'll go B. They like their guy. They got their guy. I'm all right with that. Let's go Thibodeau to the Giants 5. Obviously, best edge rusher in this draft class. He's going to get an A. I think that was a great pick. Phenomenal pick for them. All right, Ekwonu. 6 to the Panthers. I think they made the correct decision. Not my OT one, but you know what? It's still a good decision overall. Yeah, that's a good pick. Giants, Evan Neal. Another, building on both sides of the ball. Again, I thought they were going to go Charles Cross because they wanted to pass the ball, but I think that's an A pick. Right? They landed good value at both their picks. Falcons, Drake London. I'll go. If they wanted a receiver, they could have won more upside. I understand they want to go big-bodied guy. They're going into that more Tennessee Titans offense that their head coach really wants. So I'll go C, just because I'm not the biggest fan of the player. I think there are better players available, but I can see where they were going with the pick. I also think they could have just went best player available on defense, something like that. Seahawks, Charles Cross. They need to pick Malik Willis in the second round to rebound that trade, but I think this is a good pick for where they were picking. So I am okay with this. A lot of people are kind of split on that. I think it was a good pick.
Owen.
All right, number 10, Garrett Wilson for the Jets. Wasn't the best player available. I think at the position it was. I don't know if they really needed a receiver. They had Elijah Moore. They had Corey Davis. Could have waited to day 2, but you got best wide receiver in the draft. I guess, I don't know. I feel like there could have been better selections here defensively or something like that, but what they did later in the draft I think was okay, so I'll give it a B. That was a decent draft pick. These were all pretty good. Outside of Trayvon Walker and Drake London, these have all been pretty solid so far. Trade up Olave to the Saints. I think it was a little rich for him, and they gave up things to go get him. So I don't think he was the best receiver on the board. So I think C is a fair summation there, especially with they had to give up picks to go get him. it's kind of redundant with Michael Thomas. I mean, he's more of a deep threat, so I guess he could have a different role there, but his route running style is kind of redundant. But again, a deep threat for James Wilson, so we'll see how it works out. I'm a C on there. James Williams for the Detroit Lions. I love this pick. You know, you're a team that still needs a quarterback. He's not going to help you win next year, so he's going to redshirt. You could probably let him sit out for like the majority of next season, just that way you lose more games, and then you can get in position for that number 1 overall quarterback next season. And then, so he doesn't help you win games immediately, but he'll help you win games in the future because he's the most dynamic receiver in the draft class. So I give that an A grade. There you go. Yep. Even though they had to give a decent amount for him. They did get 46 back, so that's pretty good. Jordan Davis, Philadelphia Eagles. Him playing next to Fletcher Cox is going to be incredible. I like that. I really like that pick. Him with Fletcher Cox, you can't run against that. Oh, the first heartbreak. Oh, that one hurt a little bit because I wanted Jordan Davis. But the first heartbreak of this draft for me, it's phenomenal. The best player available to the fucking Ravens. I hate the Ravens so much. I hate their fan base. All the Ravens fans I know personally are horrible, terrible. I don't want to say a whole fan base is terrible, but the personal Ravens fans I know are awful. But Kyle Hamilton, it made me so upset when they took him, man, because he's so good. A grade right there. A grade. Both Ravens came out with an A++ for this draft, first round. It was phenomenal. We'll get to that. Kenny Green for the Texans. Just get good players. No one's ever going to give this grade more than an A. So it's like a C, B because he's a good player, not elite, but good. Add more offensive line help. It's a solid pick. It's nothing that you're going to jump over the moon about, but it's solid. Jahan Dotson for the Commanders. I think it's a little rich for Dotson. I think with Terry McLaurin, who's also kind of a rack receiver, kind of redundant, but I think Jahan Dotson's a little bit better on the rack. Get a quarterback to throw to him. You have Carson Wentz. You need to get the ball in these wide receivers' hands responsibly. I feel like defense probably could have been targeted more. I'll give it a C, just because, again, I think he wasn't the best wide receiver available either. Yeah, this sounds right. Zion Johnson, the Chargers, they needed a right tackle. They drafted a guard who played left guard and left tackle. You can put him at right tackle if you really want to. I guess you can put him at right guard and then kick one of your guards out to tackle if you like that better. It's an offensive line pick. Good offensive lineman. I'm not going to knock him too hard. I think just the position was a little off, so B for them there. Trading Antonio or AJ Brown to draft the guy comp to AJ Brown. That is, I think it was a little bit of an overdraft. Personally, I think he could have gone later in the first round. I mean, he feels that he's cheaper version of the role you have in offense. So I'll go C just for now, just because you had to give up AJ Brown basically to get him. Trevor Penning, the Saints. That's A. They needed a tackle. He was the best tackle on the board. I think he was better. I think he was a better tackle prospect than Cross and Ekwonu. So, I mean, personally, I thought that. So, they got him at 19, and they had a tackle need. So, I think it's a Ryan Ramczyk pick all over again. Kenny Pickett to the Steelers. Damn, Malik Willis was there. I know he's a pick guy. But, he was there, man. And you took Pickett, who has smaller hands in a cold weather environment. I mean, he played in Pitt, but it was a smaller ball. I don't want to put too much. I hate when people put too much of that in there. I mean, he's not going to have to throw it 50,000 times a game. They're not going to Big Ben his ass. I'll go C. I feel like he's going to a good situation. I just don't think there's a lot of ceiling there. And why would you sign Trubisky for a 2-year bridge contract if you're not going to have anything building behind him for the bridge? Who's going to be the starter? Pickett's a day one was one guy you thought could be a day one starter out of this class, and you signed a bridge quarterback to draft a day one starter. So that didn't make sense. Oh, here it is. This is the Band-Aid. This is the one that stung. This is the one that was a gut punch. It's such a good pick. Top 5 player in the draft class. Top 6 player in the draft class. Sniped my Buffalo Bills by 2 picks. Oh my god, I was so mad. But, great cover corner for them. Good job, they recovered. I think they replaced their corners. I think they need to really target wide receiver in the next round. I mean, they kind of got all of their wide receiver prospects there, possible there, that got sniped. So, I think that was the best they fucking knocked that pick out the park. I like that one a lot. Quay Walker, no, a fourth round linebacker prospect, not the 22nd overall pick. Needed to come out of this with a wide receiver. They chose Quay Walker instead. So even if you reach for Christian Watson, I think it was better than reach for a linebacker. That was awful. That was not good. Oh boy. My initial reaction was anger. Andrew Booth was there. At least it wasn't Devontae Wyatt. And Andrew Booth was there. Jalen Petrie was there. He's an outside corner. He does good in deep zones and in man coverage. The Bills have to run a lot of cover 4, so I think he fit there. He's a very good athlete. So, I told everybody in the draft party it was like a C+ to a B- grade. I was kind of upset. So I'll mellow it out as C. Hopefully he proves me wrong. That it was just it's solid. It's solid. Yet I had my heart set out for so much more. Even though 2 of the 3 guys I wanted at that pick were gone by that point. I mean 2 of the 4 because Jalen Petrie would have been nice. But yeah, I feel like with that pick, a C is the best I can give it right now. And hopefully he proves me wrong. And I can motivate him with that, even though he's never going to see this. Tyler Smith of the Cowboys. Tyler Smith, a first-round pick. Like, he's a road grader, and if you're going to play him at guard, that's fine. But, God, he does not have technique in the slightest. You need to teach him how to play football. You can play him at guard in place of... You complain about Connor Williams and the holding penalty so much. You're going to get twice as many holding penalties with Tyler Smith. And as soon as your left tackle retires, he's going to be their left tackle of the future. Probably. That's why they drafted him, most likely. And, yeah, he's a big power guy. You like that. He's going to go against Kayvon Thibodeau twice a year. And, oh, my God. I don't like that one. The only reason I'm not giving it an F is because I really like his ability as a run blocker. And you can run Zeke behind a 20 plays a game. He'll get some yardage. So, as long as you deal with the holding penalties, that's fine. Back to the Ravens in their phenomenal draft. Player 3 of 4 I would have liked for the Bills. The 4 players I'm talking about are Kyle Hamilton, Trent McDuffie, Tyler Linderbaum, Jalen Petrie. Jalen Petrie's still there. Still hope, but they already took a corner, so I don't think they're going to take a safety. Unless he really falls. Linderbaum, a top 5 player in this class again. They got the number 1 overall player and the top 5 player. Phenomenal pick. And it makes me kind of sick to my stomach because of the Ravens are going to be fucking good next year. And I didn't hate the Ravens until I met Ravens fans in person. I went to school with some Ravens fans. They're terrible. I mean, I need to look past that, but yeah, no, fuck the Ravens, man. I like their players. I like their players, but man, their fans are so awful. Jermaine Johnson, New York Jets, trade up to get him. I think that was a good pick. I mean, as soon as they made the trade up, I knew they were going to go for him. I can see why 70% of people say it's an A. I just don't think he's like, we're doing it. You know what? I've been convinced. Yeah, it's an A. I'll give it retroactively. Putting that as an A. It's a good pick, good value. The trade up was aggressive, but I mean, he was one of the remaining first round players who had first round grades for me. So I think that was a great pickup for them. Especially for their scheme, and they got an edge rusher, they got a corner. Those are 2 things you really need to get for a team to really in the division you're playing in. Devin Lloyd, Jaguars. Did they really need another linebacker? I mean, he could be a Micah Hyde kind of player. So he's a really good player. Him and Trayvon Walker. Oh, they already got an edge rusher to go across Josh Allen. I really like Devin Lloyd though. Fucking C prospect. Yeah, I think there were better positional needs you could have went with there. He's a great player. I could see why people went A, but man, get Trevor Lawrence some help, man. You could have got Ed Ingram. You could have went, I guess Cole Strange. We'll get to him in a little bit, but I don't think he's really. We'll get to that, but yeah, you could have regional lineman traded down. Devin Lloyd's a good value, so I can see why you took him there, but I don't know. Maybe if you have a specific role for him. Devontae Wyatt, Green Bay Packers. He's got the pass rushing upside. I can't give it an F. These guys are all talented. there was one F pick I gave. Oh, it was Quay Walker. Like, he's a big athlete. But, like, you know, yeah, I didn't really see a lot in this game. Yeah, we'll go D for Devontae Wyatt. This is really spread out. 23, 26, 22, 11, 19. I think you have Kenny Clark to really be that run stuffer. You don't really need to rely on Devontae Wyatt to go against what he really likes and take on blocks and be that, gap stuffer. He's more of a penetrator. You can let him be the inside pass rusher to Za'Darius Smith. Rashawn Gary. I think that'd be a good duo. But yeah, so if he was going to go anywhere, I think this is a good spot for him. But like, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Devontae Wyatt. Cole Strange to the Patriots. I like Cole Strange, not as a 29th overall pick. I mean, there were better players available for the Patriots, but they'll make it work somehow. It's a C pick. Karlaftis to the Chiefs. Fucking Chiefs knocked this draft out of the park too. They got fucking McDuffie and Karlaftis. That's a great pickup for them. Imagine him next to Chris Jones. Daxton Hill to play your safety / slot corner. It's good. He was a first round evaluation for me. I think, he's probably one of the best players available on the board. So it feels an ease. You don't have to have Eli Apple out there as much. And then Lewis Cine for the Vikings. I wasn't the biggest fan of Lewis Cine, and they needed help at safety. I'll give it a C, just because I thought there were better safety prospects out there. But there was it filled a need. He's a good athlete. He comes from Georgia. So yeah, there you go. Let's see if I can remember. D A, but B. I think it was B. B A A A. C or D. I remember. C, B minus, C plus area. A, B plus probably. If I'm not using their things. A plus. Fucking great pick there. Probably my favorite pick of the entire first round. B, solid. C. B. Yeah, I'll go B. C plus. Probably, C plus. Borderline B. A. C minus. A. F. C plus, I'll say, because he is a talented athlete, but not the best. D. D. A plus. Fucking Ravens. Give it an A. Solid A. Go C plus, B. C plus. I'll say B minus. B minus for Devin Lloyd. D plus Devontae Wyatt. There's upside there. C minus Cole Strange, just because I trust the Patriots. A minus for George Karlaftis. We'll see how it fits into the system, but I think he's a great player. Daxton Hill, B plus. And Lewis Cine will go C plus around there. So there's my first round grades. Ooh, you look behind the magician's curtain. I'm very tired. See you guys on live stream day 2.